Michelle at the Athlete Center. The goal of this video is to review a two-handed ground clean. So the ground clean is a form of hinge. So you should be fairly proficient at a hinging pattern before you attempt this ground clean. So this is a way to get the weight from the floor up into our hands. So it's generally done with a kettlebell and can be done with a free weight. These are two different types of kettlebells. Sort of a standard one that's going to have angled handles or horns, and then a competition bell where the horns go straight up and down. And so that's just going to change the way we grip the kettlebell. And then with a free weight, we're going to actually be holding it straight up and down. So we'll start with the competition kettlebell, and the movement, as I said, is going to be a hinge. So we're going to ensure that we have our rib cage and our upper part of our torso stacked right over top of the bottom of our torso, so not allowing any kind of curving one way or the other, starting with some nice alignment. And then we're going to have a bend at our knees, a soft bend at our knees as we send our hips backwards. So we're going to have a fairly upright shin angle. You can see my knees aren't going really far forward over my toes. It's all about the hips going backwards. So we start our clean in a hinge position. So we're gonna go into that hinge. And if we really slow it down, it's gonna look just like a regular deadlift. But the clean, we're gonna use that power from our legs to get the weight into our hands. So sitting back into the hinge, and then we're gonna pop that weight up into our hands and sort of catch it with our elbows tucking underneath the weight. So again, from here, we're in our deadlift or our hip hinge position. Inhale here, exhale to pop that weight up into our hands. So it looks like I'm sort of rowing the weight, but our hands are just guiding that weight. We shouldn't actually be muscling it up at all with our upper body. With a more standard kettlebell, your hands are gonna move from the top and they're gonna slide and they're gonna catch the diagonal portion of the horn. So we're gonna go into our hinge, grab the top of the bell, and then pop it up. So we want it to land sort of just underneath our chin, and elbows tuck underneath it and come together. So we should have a point as that kettlebell passes our belly button that it's weightless, and we can change our hand position from being up here to being down here. So back into our hinge, inhale, exhale. And then it's gonna have a path straight up and down. So on the way up, it's gonna stay nice and close to my body. And then on the way down, again, nice and close to my body. So here, inhale, pop it up, catch, and then a straight line down. One more time, I will show with the free weight. So again, we're gonna have a free weight standing up and down. Again, we're basically going to straddle it. So it's gonna be right between our arches of our feet. That way we can have a straight up and down path for our load. We're gonna go into our hinge position. Inhale, pop it up and catch it. So again, it's gonna have that point where it's weightless and we can change our hands from being here to being tucked underneath. So from this angle, we start in our hinge position. Inhale, pop it up. Inhale, pop it up. So this is a ground clean. So it's coming from the floor up into what we call a front rack position or a goblet hold position.